So let's a little bit more quickly do the rest of the problems. I'm going to quickly mark these. I want you to just follow along with me. ZYX has got to be the bottom triangle, and ZJI is the top. So Z in the first corresponds to Z in the second, Y in the first to J in the second, and X in the first to I in the third. So we've got our triangles marked, and XZ takes us from the 3 marked angle to the first marked angle, and that is the same as IZ in the second. We can double check ourselves. XZ is the third and the first position here, and IZ would be the third and the first position in the congruence notation. Let's look at problem 5. Problem 5 tells us that triangle DBC is congruent to DJI. So DBC is this one. So the D angles are congruent. B and J are congruent. And C and I are congruent. So BC, or side BC, is congruent to, well, I could go back to my notation and I could notice that pretty easy to tell BC is going to be congruent to JI, right? So let's just double check here. BC takes us from the 2 marked angle to the 3 marked angle, and here JI does that also. We go from the 2 marked angle to the 3 marked angle with JI, so the answer is JI. And the last problem here asks us to solve this congruence problem. We've got triangle EFD congruent to EIH, and DE is congruent to what? So EFD is the lower triangle, and the E angles correspond. F corresponds with I, and D corresponds with H. So DE in the lower triangle takes us from the 3 marked angle to the 1 marked angle, and that would be HE on the top, right? And let's double check it with notation. DE is the third followed by the first position, which would be the same thing as HE, the third followed by the first position there. So that all checks out, and hopefully this just makes the idea of congruence and the corresponding parts of congruent triangles of congruent theorem a little bit more solid.